Hey, beautiful. Yes, I'm talking to you. Listen, I'm 40 plus, postpartum, hormonal as heck, juggling a career and marriage. And since January, I've lost almost 40 pounds. And before you roll your eyes thinking this is just another weight loss story, let me tell you what I didn't do. I didn't cut out carbs completely. I didn't spend hours at the gym because I ain't got time for that. I didn't track every morsel of food that touched my lips. Heck, I had sushi almost every week. And I still lost weight this week. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how I hacked my psychology to work with my chaotic life instead of against it. And why everything you've been told about weight loss, especially after 40, is straight up lies. And real quick though, if you want any of my fitness favorites like my walking pad or the supplements that I actually use, they're all linked in my LTK. You know we keep it affordable over here. Plus y'all, season 2 of my Now That's Life podcast just dropped. We on episode 2, baby. You better get on over there. Not right now, listen after the video. And while we're at it today, make sure that you comment down below and let me know some of the things that you're doing to stay your best, to take care of yourself. Even if it's not weight loss, but it's just adding to your health, we need to hear about it. Congratulations.
Drnina, the girl next door, beautiful brown baby doll.
Okay, once again, before you think that this is just another weight loss story, let me establish something real quick. I lost over 100 pounds in my 20s and kept it off nearly 2 decades. Baby, that ain't peace, that's 2. Until I conceived at the age of 39 years old. So I've researched this stuff, studied it, I've lived it. And I've helped women across different ages and life stages accomplish the same things. So when I gained weight in pregnancy and postpartum, because baby, the scale still went up postpartum. It went down, then it went back up. Stress is a motherfucker. I knew what worked, but I wasn't the same 21-year-old anymore. And that's okay. My body was different. My life was different. My priorities were different. And a lot of fitness influencers online are acting like everybody's 25. No children, no life, no work, and endless time and energy. And that was me at a time, right? But that ain't me no more. And I'm betting that ain't you either. So I had to adapt everything that I knew to work for who I am now. So that's psychology revelation. Here's what changed everything. I stopped trying to be perfect and started being strategic. Let me tell y'all about the Minnesota starvation study from 1944. Yeah, we taking it back, way back. At that time, they put healthy men on restrictive diets, and those guys became obsessed with food. They dreamed about it, hoarded recipes. And when the study ended, boo, they ate everything in sight and gained back even more weight. Okay, sound familiar? This is your brain on diet culture. And here comes the full professor of me. Every time you tell yourself you can't have something, your brain goes into survival mode and it wants it 10 times more. But here's the plot twist. When I stopped restricting everything and started working with my psychology instead of against it, my body finally felt safe enough to let go of the weight. So the actual mindset shift. Here's what I knew from my previous 100 plus pound weight loss, but had to relearn. This isn't about finding some new magical method. It's about adapting proven life principles to your current season. In my 20s, I could be militant about everything. Perfect meal prep, an impromptu 6 a.m. or 6 p.m. gym session, or even tracking every macro. That version of discipline worked for that version of my life. But at 40 plus postpartum with a career and marriage, baby, I needed the same psychological foundations, flip it and reverse it though, with flexibility that honors where I am right now. The first thing that I had to do was treat myself like someone who was worthy of care. How many of y'all done went a little while without caring for yourself? I ain't talking about just the outside, talking about the inside too. Y'all, for a minute, I was letting my self-care slip. I was putting everyone else first and treating my own body like an afterthought. So I started with the basics, not giving up on my hygiene, actually doing my skincare routine every single night. And honestly, this is where my Amiro R3 Turbo became such a game changer for me. Y'all know y'all sister is very picky about what I recommend. Check the receipts. But when Amiro reached out about their R3 Turbo, I was intrigued. And after using it for the past few months, I see why people love it. I'm obsessed. And y'all, they're actually sponsoring today's video. So let me break down exactly why this device has changed everything. It's changed the game. This isn't just another facial gadget. The R3 Turbo uses central electrode RF technology. And here's why it works. Radio frequency heats deep skin layers, triggering the body to produce new collagen. It's like tricking your skin into acting younger. And the 3 targeted modes make it foolproof. Eye area special care mode. Yellow light reduces melanin. Listen, bye-bye dark circles, while Gentle RF tightens the fine lines. I use this about 2 to 3 times a week and I'm seeing real brightening. The V-Contour Emergency Mode, red light increases cell turnover plus RF lifts. Baby, this is my morning depuffing secret. 5 minutes equals snatched jawline without ever even putting my makeup on. In full face anti-aging mode, it combines everything. Red light for collagen, infrared for deep penetration, microcurrent for muscle tone. This is my Sunday reset must have. Each treatment takes less than 5 minutes, and y'all, I'm telling you, I'm seeing real improvements with my skin firmness and texture. And the science is proven. RF technology has been used in dermatology offices for years, but this brings professional grade results home affordably. Amiro is offering my viewers an exclusive discount. Use my code NINA70 for $70 off. This works for both the R3 Turbo and their LED mask. But this code expires in 7 days. Y'all know I got everything linked below for you in the description box. Now, taking care of my skin became part of treating myself with the love and respect that I deserved. But I also had to work on how I dressed my body. I had to dress my larger body with pride instead of trying to hide it in everything oversized. That's okay sometimes, but not all the time. For me anyway. Because here's the truth, you can't hate yourself into a body you love. I had to love myself enough at my current size to even want to take care of myself, because otherwise I was still looking in the mirror in disgust. That meant treating my body with kindness instead of punishment. Speaking to myself like I would speak to my best friend, and showing up for myself even when I didn't feel my best. So instead of just another diet, I became the person that naturally maintains a healthy weight again. Just the 2025 version of her, new and improved. Someone who treats herself with love at every size. The approach has worked for me across 2 decades in completely different life phases. It's worked for women that I've coached in their 20s and beyond, through pregnancies, career changes, divorces, menopause, because baby, the psychology is universal. The application though, it just gets personalized. Now let's jump into my 3-phase breakdown, my real approach. Phase 1 in month 1 is dedicated to working with my hormones. Listen, at most any age, our hormones are doing their own thing, whether we like it or not. So instead of fighting them, I learned to work with them. Now, I learned a lot about this years ago with intermittent fasting, but also in my failed cycle of IVF, which, didn't result in our baby. We conceived naturally. We only went through half a cycle, but I had to see an endocrinologist, which really helped me to understand even more and explore my body systems through the blood, right? Blood tests, they matter. They help you to see where those hormones are and what you need to do in order to work with them. So I did the intermittent fasting 16-8 yet again, which I had done over 20 years ago, but I made it realistic. I don't eat breakfast. Now, I've never really been a hardcore breakfast person anyway. I eat between 12:30 to 8:30 p.m.-ish, which works perfectly for my natural rhythm and my life schedule. And look, I didn't jump into the pool of 16-8 intermittent fasting like some superhero, okay? 16 hours of fasting sounds major, but most of it is scheduled for when you're sleeping. I like to start with something like a 12-12, okay? Then gradually extend it. Now it's just how I naturally live. Now here's the real tea though. On some days, my eating schedule and eating hours actually shift a little bit because I'm real and this is life. Some days I might have to eat dinner at 9 p.m. because life happened. The goal isn't perfection, it's consistency most of the time. Make sure y'all watch my consistency video. It explains and breaks it down perfectly. And sometimes I like to give back to myself and get out of the house. My husband pushes me out of the house to go do something for myself. And a lot of times that's going to enjoy sushi or something else in the evening time. So I might eat a little later. It's okay. And I love to use the Lose It app with macro awareness. I've used Lose It for years. This ain't sponsored by them. Y'all, I track my food and I'm very clear about my macros. And for about a year, I saw a postpartum nutritionist that really helped me to see and understand my macros even more for the body that I was in. And for those of you all that don't know, some insurances actually cover this. I aim for about 150 grams of protein daily, and I try to keep my numbers as close to consistency as possible. I use this kitchen scale to be accurate with my portions. I've had the same one for years, y'all. It works like a charm. It's in my LTK. My blender works overtime making protein shakes, and I've had it for like 10 years. And I have a travel one now too, and I absolutely love it. And my air fryer, that baby gets ran every single day. Do you hear me? But when I'm having a mental health day or I'm out with friends or family, I skip tracking and I live my life. because I know my anxiety will get high. And I just want to make sure that I make the best decisions that I can leading up to those times so I feel more solid and enjoy myself. I naturally gravitate towards lower carb because it helps me to feel better, and it also helps me to feel fuller longer, which is the goal for me. I just don't make carbs to start my meal anymore. So I might have a bed of vegetables with my protein. So they're the supporting character, not the main one. Boundaries, now those are the foundation that you can't skip. Now here's the part that nobody talks about with weight loss. If you don't have boundaries, you will never maintain your weight loss, even if you manage to lose it. Period. With a T on the end. I had to set boundaries around my mealtime. No, I can't eat lunch at 11 a.m. because that doesn't work with my eating window. I had to set boundaries around my workout time. No, I'm not going to skip my workout or my walk to help with something that can wait until later. The hardest part though, not feeling guilty about it. Ooh, baby, people will put you on a guilt trip and you will too. Listen, taking care of yourself is not selfish. It's necessary, friend. You cannot pour from an empty cup. And if you don't really watch your boundaries and set them and stand with them, who else will? Y'all know I actually created a boundary setting checklist that actually breaks this down for you. It's my gift to you, and it's linked right in the description box. And right here in the video, actually. Look at us getting tech savvy. Because boundaries aren't just about weight loss. They're about protecting your peace in every area of your life. And that mindset shift, that's what makes everything else possible. Now let's get into the phase 2 of it all. Month 2 was really dedicating my time to movement that doesn't suck. My walking pad obsession. Best investment I made, period. Do you hear me? I walk while I watch TV, take calls, or even scroll social media. It doesn't feel like exercise because I'm multitasking. Some days it's 20 minutes and some days it's an hour. The goal is just to move my body with purpose every single day. And y'all, my walking pad is the bomb. I've shared it with y'all before and you've asked about the link and I have it for you down in the description. So there's no more I don't have time for the gym. Because even when you don't, you have something to use. There's no excuses when I can literally walk in my pajamas or nothing at all if I want to, right in my living room. Lifting, but make it simple. I lift weights 2 to 3 times a week and sometimes more, but it's nothing fancy. I'm not trying to be a bodybuilder. I'm trying to keep my muscle mass and keep my body nice, lean, and strong. Sometimes it's 20 minutes. Sometimes it's 45, baby, if I'm feeling myself. Consistency over intensity always. And that includes walking for my mental health with this workout stuff. I walk outside when I can because nature just hits different. It's my therapy, my time to think, my brain dump time, my break from everyone needing something from me. But the fact that it burns calories is just a bonus. And I also use Future app. It's really amazing. I worked with them years ago and I've kept it because it works with my schedule. You get an online trainer and they help to walk you through a lot of exercises and different things you can do for your body type and your needs. Phase 3, month 3 is sustainable habits that stick. Okay, this is getting into the good stuff. Okay, so you got to have that good enough philosophy. Now, what is that for me? Perfect is the enemy of good. And I learned that the hard way. Some days I eat all my vegetables and hit all my protein goals. Go me. But some days I have leftover pizza for lunch and I'll call it a day. Okay, that's between me and you. But the magic happens in the in-between. Being good enough most of the time while still enjoying your life. And y'all, all of this includes hormonal awareness at no matter what age you're at. Now, for me, I had to learn that my cycle affects everything. My appetite, my energy, my motivation. And the week before my period, I'm hungrier. And that's normal. I try to honor that instead of fighting it. I increase my calories slightly during that time and try not to feel bad about it. Your body is going to have different needs at different times. There's a season for everything. And that's definitely not a character flaw. Now, here's the 80-20 rule that actually works. 80% of the time, I eat foods that actually make me feel good. Proteins, vegetables, healthy fats. But 20% of the time, I eat what brings me joy. This isn't rigid math, it's a mindset. And when I do it, I try not to spiral into guilt. And I try not to make up for it with punishing workouts. I go back to my normal routine the next day. I might get some of my sushi rolls without rice. Or I eat yellowtail and jalapeno, miso soups, and I might have a glass of wine. You know, every now and again, I like a little lemon drop, but I get it made with agave or lower sugar contents. Just certain things that make me feel like I'm still treating myself without fully going too far out of my range. So what's the real psychology behind why this works? The identity-based change. When you see yourself as a healthy person that happens to be losing weight, rather than a fat person trying to get thin, your brain works for you instead of against you. Flexible restraint. Research shows that people who have flexible rules around food, like the 80-20 approach that I talked about, they're more successful long-term than people with rigid restrictions. Environmental design, one of my favorites. Having my walking pad handy and out in the open. Having my protein snacks around, or using my Lose It app, which makes tracking easy. These small environmental changes make for huge behavioral shifts and changes. And the hormonal optimization, working with my natural rhythms instead of fighting with them, it reduced my cortisol levels or my stress hormones, which was probably keeping some of that weight on in the first place. So, here it is, the real results. Y'all, in the past several months, I lost nearly 40 pounds without feeling deprived, have more energy than I've had in years, actually look forward to moving this body, can eat pizza or sushi without a guilt spiral. I feel confident in my clothes again. And most importantly, I trust myself around people and food. But here's what I'm most proud of. This feels sustainable. I'm not white knuckling my way through each day. I'm not counting down to when I can go back to normal. This is my normal now. So listen, I ain't trying to toot my own horn, but beep. Baby, I've been in this game for over 20 years. I've lost weight, maintained it, regained it through life changes, and lost it again. I've researched the science, lived the experience, and I've coached women through every scenario you can imagine. And no, I'm a licensed clinical psychologist. What I'm sharing isn't just theory. It's battle-tested strategy that works across different ages, life stages, and circumstances. Whether you're 25 or 55, single or married, starting for the first time or the fifth time. Here's what I really want to know. Where are you in your journey right now? Are you just starting, coming back after a break, or are you just lost and trying to find your way? If you're ready to stop fighting your body and start partnering with it, using this approach is going to help you to feel more ready. And if you're ready, type ready down below. And if this video showed you that no matter what stage in life you're in, it's sustainable, go ahead and let me know down below and how. And let me know what videos you want to see in the future. Remember, you're not behind, you're not broken, and you're not lacking willpower. And even if you are, building a new approach will help you where you are. All right, y'all, you know I love you. Make sure that you comment, share this video with someone who can use it, and subscribe. Beautiful Brown Baby Doll signing out. Peace.